Welcome back, everyone, to the Brian Crombie Radio Hour on Saga 960. I wanted to introduce you to Teresa Winters tonight for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's Black Friday in the United States, sort of in Canada as well, where everyone is out buying products, being consumer oriented. And one of the things that Teresa really inspires me about is that she's not about product. She's not about consumerism. She's all about experiences, travel. And I think it is those memories, those experiences, travel particularly, but also with her kids and with our kids, et cetera, that really makes life far more interesting and far more memorable. Because I think that we become, in so many ways, too much of a consumer society. And Teresa reminds us that it's those experiences that really make life fantastic. And so I think it's sort of appropriate with American Thanksgiving yesterday, and she's American, and with Black Friday today, where we're all focused on what sale we can get for what consumer product that we may not have or we already have and we just want another one of, that Teresa is telling us about how you can travel the world and how you can travel the world in a group with your children or on your own and experience incredible things. And more than just travel, she does adventures, and she does adventures with herself, jumping out of a jet, jumping out of a plane, riding on a camel, example after example that she walked through and that you've seen pictures of if you've gone to her website and you watched any of my review of her pictures. She's done incredible adventures, but then she also does that with her kids. And amazingly enough, she does it with her kids as a single mom. And so I think that's the other sort of second thing that she really inspires us of. I was out with a couple of guys last night, and I was talking about my divorce. And the one guy said, well, we've all been there, or if not all, but almost all, with divorces at like 57% or something like that. There's a lot of people that have gone through a divorce, and a lot of us have experienced the same sort of situation. But what do you do with family trips afterwards? And can you still go away with your kids when it's only one parent? And Teresa inspires us that we can do that, and we should do it, and it can be wonderful, and it can be a way of exploring the world and developing and furthering and deepening your relationship with your children. And I love that about her and her trips. And again, the pictures that she's got on her website, the travel that she organizes, etc. And then I think the third thing that really is inspiring is that she does solo trips, and these solo trips, for a lot of us, are really scary. After you've been married, or in some cases married for 34 years. Going on a trip by yourself, and not just a business trip, because business trips you do all the time by yourself. But going on a trip by yourself can be very scary. And the way that Teresa spoke about that, not only does she go on trips by herself, but then she'll go to a restaurant, she'll sit at the bar, and she'll sit at the corner seat on a bar, encouraging someone else to show up and chat. Not to pick them up necessarily, or not pick them up, but to meet people and get to know people. And I think that is really brave. It's brave for anyone, but particularly for a single woman. And an attractive single woman in her 40s, that's like pretty brave. And she related numerous interesting people. Had some bad experiences, as she joked about, but also some really good experiences about the people that she's met out dining by herself on a trip. But just going on a trip by yourself and traveling, and not sort of putting that on hold until you got someone else to travel with. And, I think traveling with someone else is obviously the way that I would prefer to do things, whether it be a wife or a partner, or your children. But I think the idea of that you can do it, and it's fine, and it's kind of exciting is wonderful. And then just bottom line, her whole website about faraway places, travel, going to faraway places, going to different beaches, different churches, different mosques, different gurdwaras, different temples, different places, different shopping districts, etc. So many of us live such, I don't know what the word is. It's not parochial. What is it? It's lives that really don't go far beyond where we are. And if we go far beyond we are, too often we'll go to a beach resort or a cruise ship, somewhere where it's not that different, and we're not really exposing ourselves. But to actually go to Europe or go to Asia or go to India or somewhere and immerse ourselves into the culture and meet different people and experience different cuisines and different religions. I've had the pleasure of being in the Blue Mosque in Istanbul, Turkey. I've had the pleasure of being in some of the most beautiful cathedrals in Europe, including St. Peter's Basilica, an unbelievable cathedral with supposedly one of the highest spires in Europe, in Cologne. I've had the privilege of being in temples in Indonesia, in Miramar, Indonesian animalistic Buddhist temples, and then incredible Buddhist temples in China. Unbelievably interesting experiences. For a while, I really was into opera, and I think I saw the same opera in 3 different cities: one in the United States, one in Ukraine, and one in Toronto, the same year. And that was really interesting to be in different opera houses, really actually seeing the same opera, but in different environments. And that was pretty spectacular. So I think on Black Friday, my message to you is, yeah, if you want to go out and buy some stuff, buy some stuff. But what we should be doing is saving our money and going on trips. And if you want to hire Teresa to organize that trip, all the better, I guess. But go on trips. Go on trips by yourself. Go on trips with your family. If you're single, go on trips with your kids by yourself. Don't need to wait until you've got someone else to go with you. And when you're going on those trips, be adventurous. Do something you haven't done. Live a little bit out of the box and experience what life is all about, what the world has got to show us, and be that faraway places that Teresa is inspiring us to go visit, and doing it in all those different opportunities, whether it be with your kids, with your family, with your partner, or on your own. Teresa Winters, thank you so much for inspiring us on this beautiful sunny day, which I think even in cold Canada can inspire us to get out there and do something wonderful. Have a great Thanksgiving weekend in the United States, and to all my Canadian friends and listeners, have a great sunny weekend. Thanks. Good night. I remind you, I'm on every Monday through Friday at 6 o'clock on 960 AM. You can stream me online at www.saga960am.ca. Good night, everybody.